While everyone's been watching Toyota, Ford, and BYD fight for dominance in the pickup world, one brand from India has been quietly rewriting the rules. Mahindra, a name most people outside Asia once ignored, is now challenging global giants with machines that mix raw power, modern tech, and unbelievable value. And here's the thing. They're not just coming for the local market anymore. They're coming for everyone. What Mahindra is doing right now could change the global auto game forever. And no one saw it coming. Long before Mahindra became a global name, it was just a small manufacturer assembling rugged utility vehicles in post-independence India. Back then, no one thought this humble company would one day stand shoulder to shoulder with giants like Toyota or Ford. But Mahindra had something others didn't: an unshakable understanding of what drivers in tough environments really needed. While Western brands focused on comfort and luxury, Mahindra built vehicles that could survive anything: blistering heat, rough terrain, and years of abuse without breaking down. Their early models weren't pretty, but they earned a reputation for being practically indestructible. And that reliability built a cult-like following among farmers, soldiers, and adventurers who needed machines they could trust. Over the decades, Mahindra evolved quietly, expanding from tractors and jeeps to SUVs and heavy-duty trucks. Each new release pushed them closer to international recognition. But the turning point came when Mahindra started blending their old-school toughness with modern technology. Clean interiors, smart infotainment systems, and hybrid powertrains that could rival the best in the world. By the 2020s, Mahindra was no longer just an Indian success story. It was a rising force in the global automotive scene. Reviewers who once dismissed them were suddenly comparing Mahindra vehicles to Toyota and Ford in terms of reliability and innovation. But that was only the beginning, because what Mahindra did next would shake the entire pickup industry to its core. For years, Mahindra had dominated its home market, but they wanted more. The real turning point came when the company realized that India's success was just the warm-up. The global stage was calling, and Mahindra was ready to answer. Around the mid-2010s, Mahindra began making bold moves, acquiring international design houses, investing in electric mobility, and even entering the US market with the rugged Roxor. At first, critics laughed, calling it too basic or too slow. But Mahindra wasn't chasing trends. They were building a foundation strong enough to challenge the automotive elite. Behind the scenes, Mahindra's engineers were quietly developing something different: vehicles that looked global, felt premium, and performed like beasts. Their new lineup, especially the Scorpio N and the Thar, shocked the market. Suddenly, the world was paying attention. By the time 2023 rolled around, Mahindra wasn't just exporting cars. They were exporting a statement, a message to the entire industry. India can build world-class machines. And just when competitors thought they had Mahindra figured out, the brand revealed their most daring plan yet: a new generation of hybrid and diesel pickup trucks built to compete head-to-head with the legends. But the move that would truly make Mahindra a global powerhouse hadn't even happened yet. Just when Mahindra's momentum was peaking, another unexpected challenger appeared: MG. Once a historic British brand, now powered by Chinese innovation and aggressive strategy, MG was ready to rewrite the global pickup rulebook. While Mahindra focused on rugged dependability, MG came swinging with futuristic tech, bold designs, and hybrid systems that promised both power and efficiency. Their upcoming pickup, the MG U9, wasn't just a truck, it was a statement. A direct message to Ford, Toyota, and yes, Mahindra. The era of dominance by old names was over. In a matter of months, MG's teasers began flooding social media. Sleek LED strips, electric assist torque, and a plug-in hybrid diesel setup that could crush the competition in both fuel economy and off-road strength. Car enthusiasts were stunned. Could this be the truck that dethrones the classics? Mahindra suddenly found itself face-to-face with a rival that didn't play by traditional rules. MG wasn't trying to outmuscle. It was trying to outsmart. With smart hybrid integration, silent electric drive modes, and an aggressive price tag, the MG U9 aimed straight at Mahindra's rising dominance. But Mahindra wasn't about to back down. They had something MG didn't: decades of real-world experience and a legacy of trust among hard-working drivers. And what they did next would prove that experience still counts. Mahindra knew the challenge was real. MG wasn't just releasing another pickup. They were trying to redefine what a modern workhorse should be. But Mahindra had been preparing for this moment for years. Inside their research and development centers, engineers were already building something revolutionary: a next-generation platform that would merge Mahindra's legendary toughness with cutting-edge technology. The result? Trucks and SUVs designed not just for survival, but for domination. Their new lineup, led by models like the Global Pickup and the Scorpio N 4x4, showed the world that Mahindra could play in the same league as the big names and even lead the charge. With advanced diesel hybrid systems, massive torque output, and upgraded interiors that felt genuinely premium, Mahindra was no longer the underdog. What really caught everyone off guard was the precision of Mahindra's design. Every detail, from suspension geometry to aerodynamic structure, was engineered to handle both rugged terrains and international highways. This wasn't a local upgrade. It was a global declaration. And when Mahindra unveiled its bold new concept trucks in 2024, the crowd reaction said it all. The brand that once built tractors was now being compared to Ford Raptor and Toyota Hilux. And not as a joke, but as a threat. But the story doesn't end with innovation, because what Mahindra did next turned admiration into fear. No one expected it. Within just a few years, Mahindra's sales numbers began climbing at a pace that shocked even the most loyal Toyota and Ford fans. What started as curiosity turned into a movement. People were buying Mahindra trucks not just because they were affordable, but because they were reliable, bold, and surprisingly advanced. In markets like Australia, South Africa, and the Middle East, Mahindra pickups were selling faster than dealers could restock. Reviewers called them the working man's dream: simple, powerful, and built to last. Even seasoned off-roaders admitted Mahindra's torque and suspension setup were no joke. The turning point came when Mahindra began exporting its latest diesel hybrid prototypes. These trucks weren't just built for developing nations, they were tuned for global standards. Suddenly, Western buyers were asking, who really needs a $60,000 pickup when this one does the same job for half the price? It was a moment of reckoning. Ford and Toyota had always dominated through brand trust, but Mahindra was winning through proof. Real performance, real durability, real value. And as the sales lines shifted, something became clear. The underdog had officially entered the big leagues. But as Mahindra rose, MG was quietly plotting its own counterattack, and it was unlike anything the market had ever seen. While Mahindra was celebrating its global success, MG was silently preparing its masterstroke, the U9 pickup, a machine designed to shake the entire segment from the ground up. When MG finally unveiled it, the auto world went into shock. The U9 wasn't just another truck. It was a futuristic powerhouse, powered by a diesel hybrid plug-in system. It delivered torque levels never seen before in its price range, with instant electric response and off-road muscle that made veteran brands nervous. Its interior looked like it belonged in a luxury SUV. Digital cockpit, ambient lighting, and AI-assisted drive modes that learned your driving style over time. MG had taken everything people loved about city crossovers and merged it with the raw strength of a pickup. The result? A vehicle that could dominate both asphalt and dirt roads without breaking a sweat. But what really made headlines was the pricing. MG didn't just want attention, they wanted disruption. They undercut the competition by thousands, offering premium power for a fraction of the cost. Suddenly, buyers who were saving up for a Ranger or a Hilux started to hesitate. Reviewers called it the Tesla of pickups, and some even dared to say it outclassed Mahindra's latest releases in performance and refinement. Still, Mahindra wasn't ready to hand over the crown. The stage was now set for one of the most intense pickup rivalries of the decade, India's toughest versus China's boldest. And what happened next changed the rules of the game entirely. The global pickup market hadn't seen a rivalry this fierce in years. On one side stood Mahindra, the symbol of raw toughness, dependability, and real-world grit. On the other, MG, sleek, modern, and armed with cutting-edge hybrid technology. Both wanted the same prize, the hearts and wallets of drivers worldwide. The battle lines were clear. Mahindra pushed the message of authenticity, trucks built by real workers for real work. Their ads focused on rugged terrains, towing power, and heritage. MG, meanwhile, spoke the language of the future: silent electric drive, intelligent systems, and luxury at a disruptively low price. Automotive journalists split into two camps. Some praised Mahindra for staying true to its roots while embracing innovation. Others claimed MG's futuristic approach was what the next generation wanted. Then came the real-world tests. Drag races, towing challenges, and off-road trials streamed across YouTube and TikTok. To everyone's surprise, the results were too close to call. Mahindra's torque and endurance went head-to-head with MG's smart power delivery. One test would crown Mahindra, the next would go to MG. It was a dead heat. But here's what made this rivalry different. It wasn't just about sales. It was about pride. India versus China. Heritage versus innovation. Tradition versus transformation. And while both brands were busy one-upping each other with new models and flashy reveals, the real winner was the customer. Because for the first time in decades, global automakers were being forced to evolve faster, smarter, and stronger than ever before. But even in this fierce standoff, Mahindra had one more surprise up its sleeve. Something that could tilt the balance once and for all. As MG continued to make headlines with its high-tech hybrids, Mahindra was working quietly behind the scenes on something much bigger, a secret project that could redefine what a pickup truck can be. Insiders called it Project M Next, a fully electric platform built from the ground up, combining Mahindra's legendary durability with zero-emission performance. Unlike other automakers rushing to electrify, Mahindra wasn't chasing trends. They were designing a truck for real-world users, farmers, workers, and adventurers who demanded strength first, style second. Early leaks suggested a 600-plus kilometer range, advanced torque vectoring for off-road control, and a modular design that could switch from utility to performance mode in seconds. It wasn't just a pickup anymore. It was a statement of intent. Mahindra's CEO even hinted in an interview, the world's strongest truck doesn't need to roar, it just needs to perform. And that single line sent waves across the industry. Because if Mahindra could pull it off, they wouldn't just be competing with MG. They'd be challenging Tesla, Rivian, and Ford's electric titans on a global scale. Meanwhile, MG isn't slowing down either. Rumors suggest the company is already developing a fully electric successor to the U9, a model that could blend sports car acceleration with pickup practicality. So the question isn't who wins today, it's who defines tomorrow. One thing's for sure, the next decade of pickups won't be ruled by old names anymore. The future belongs to the bold, and both Mahindra and MG are driving straight toward it. When Mahindra unveiled the BE6 Batman Edition, the reaction was immediate and electric. Within hours, social media lit up. Auto bloggers, tech reviewers, and EV enthusiasts around the globe started saying the same thing. India just dropped an EV bomb. Major international outlets like Top Gear EV Edition, Inside EVs, and Electrek ran features calling it the moment the EV world looked east. For the first time, an Indian automaker wasn't following the global trend. It was setting it. YouTubers from the US, the UK, and Europe began comparing the BE6 Batman Edition to the Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5, saying Mahindra had created something that looked like it came straight out of a sci-fi film. Some called it India's Tesla moment. Others called it Elon Musk's new nightmare. Even industry analysts couldn't ignore it. Mahindra's stock jumped, and discussions started about whether India could become the next global hub for EV innovation. But beyond the hype, there was a deeper message. The world was beginning to take Indian engineering seriously. For decades, India was seen as a market, not a maker, a place where cars were assembled, not imagined. But the BE6 changed that narrative. It wasn't just a car. It was proof that Indian technology could compete head-to-head with Silicon Valley and European giants. And for Tesla, let's just say, for the first time, they're not laughing. The Mahindra BE6 Batman Edition isn't just a car. It's a statement. It says loud and clear, India is no longer catching up. India is leading. For years, global automakers looked at India as a consumer market, a place to sell cars, not build innovation. But this time, India has flipped the script. From the BE6's futuristic design to its advanced AI-powered systems, every detail carries a single message. Indian engineers, designers, and visionaries are ready to stand on the world stage. Just like Japan once rose through Toyota and Honda, India is now building its own legend through Mahindra. This isn't about copying, it's about creating. And the best part? Mahindra isn't just building cars for the elite. It's building for everyone, for Indian roads, Indian families, and Indian dreams. The BE6 is more than an EV. It's a symbol of national pride, proof that innovation doesn't only come from Silicon Valley, Germany, or China. It can come from Mumbai, Pune, or Chennai. Today, when the BE6 Batman Edition drives out under the spotlight, it carries with it something far greater than horsepower or range. It carries a message to the world that India is ready to lead the next generation of automotive revolutions. And if the BE6 is any indication, the next big EV revolution won't come from California or Shanghai. It'll come from India. No matter how fast or futuristic a car is, if it's not safe, it's worthless. Mahindra knew this better than anyone. That's why the BE6 Batman Edition isn't just built for speed, it's built like armor. Its entire structure is crafted from ultra-high-strength steel, the same kind used in military-grade vehicles and supercars. This makes the BE6 both incredibly strong and surprisingly light. In the event of a crash, the frame absorbs impact energy and protects the passengers like a shield. The BE6 sits on Mahindra's dedicated BE platform, a structure engineered from the ground up for EVs. Its floor houses the battery pack within a reinforced steel casing, meaning even in the roughest terrain or worst accident scenarios, the battery remains completely protected. Mahindra also didn't cut corners when it came to safety tech. The BE6 features 8 airbags, Advanced Driver Assistance System ADAS 2.0, and a network of radars, cameras, antennas, and ultrasonic sensors that constantly scan the environment. Pedestrian ahead? Sudden stop from the car in front? The BE6 reacts instantly, applying brakes, correcting steering, and even warning the driver before danger strikes. It includes features like 360-degree surround camera, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking. It's like the car is thinking for you, always alert, always watching. Mahindra even went a step further with battery protection. The BE6's battery is IP67 certified, meaning it's resistant to both water and dust. Drive through monsoon rain or desert heat. This EV stays unshaken. Mahindra wanted this car to feel like something Batman himself would trust. And honestly, they nailed it. It doesn't just protect its passengers. It empowers them with the confidence that nothing on the road can break it. This isn't just safety. It's superhero-level engineering. The Mahindra BE6 Batman Edition isn't just another electric car. It's a declaration of intent. For decades, the world looked to Europe, Japan, and America for automotive innovation. But now, India has entered the arena, and it's changing the rules. Mahindra has done what few dared to attempt, combining cinematic design, cutting-edge EV tech, and homegrown engineering into a single breathtaking package. The BE6 doesn't just challenge global giants like Tesla, BYD, and Hyundai, it intimidates them. This is more than a car. It's a symbol that the future of mobility can be bold, dramatic, and proudly Indian. A symbol that innovation doesn't only come from Silicon Valley, but also from Mumbai, Pune, and Chennai. With its futuristic design, immersive interior, and mind-blowing performance, the BE6 Batman Edition marks the dawn of India's EV era, one powered by courage, creativity, and a hunger to lead. Mahindra didn't just build a car, they built a statement. And the statement is clear. The dark night has arrived, and he drives electric.